Hey guys, this is Ash here from the NTV Hub. Welcome back to another stream. I know guys, another CD update. Yeah, another CD update. I know you guys are probably thinking like, how many CDs do I buy? And I'm gonna let you into a little teeny secret here. Well, not really a secret, but I get a lot of my CDs from second-hand shops. I like a lot of classic CDs, so like CDs with like 90s dance hits, the old hardcore tunes, and quite luckily for me, a lot of them CDs go down in price, or sometimes you can just end up getting like disc one out of the box set, but maybe the disc one has the songs that you just like, if that makes sense. I am a true CD collector, and to tell you the truth, I go into a second-hand shop, and depending on like where the CDs are, like if the CDs are low down, I'll get on my knees and I will go through every single CD in that shop and pick out the ones that I want. Yo, Alfie, bro. Are you ready to see my new CD update? Alfie, bro. So literally, I get down on my knees in second-hand shops, charity shops, CEX, anywhere with CDs, and I will browse all the CDs, look at the track lists, look at the discs, and if it's a CD that has good tracks on, if it's got like 3 to 4 good tracks on, and it's at a decent price, say like £1, I will pick up that CD. So sometimes I'll spend like a tenner and get like maybe like 5 or 6 new CDs. So yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I gave you guys an update on all of these CDs. So I'll just give you a quick flick through. Not going to go over them in detail. These are what I got the other day. So I've got quite a few decent CDs. Again, they're like Hits 93. These are all like, you know, what I got the other day and shiz like that. Some good tracks, nevertheless. They were all good. However, this goodie bag, I think just maybe possibly has a few more CDs in here than what I actually got yesterday. And I actually think I paid less for these today than I actually paid for what I got yesterday or the day before, whenever it was. I also got a new USB stick. If you guys don't know, my other one snapped. And that's like how I get like videos, like adverts and things for NTV, like off of my computer and onto Share Factory, same with like music and stuff. So I needed a new one. But yeah, so let me get these CDs out for you, and we'll go over them in a little bit of detail. So yeah guys, so these here are all my new ones right here. These are all my new ones that I just got today. Literally browsed there through second-hand shops. So these are what I got yesterday or the day before, I can't remember, but these are what I got today. Now if you compare the pile, you can actually just see the second pile here, which is what I got the other day, but what I got today comes up in view of the camera because there's like that much of them, and there's a couple of them that are really good, like they're in really mint condition, like they like literally like a really nice CD. Like even though it was a second-hand shop, like if I owned a second-hand shop and I was say selling these 2 CDs, I would have put a higher price on them. I got these 2 CDs, 2 of them, for an absolute bargain, in my opinion. Like just the way like the case looks and the design art and stuff like that, which is what I love in a CD. All right. So first off, we've got Ministry of Sound. We've got the Anthems collection. So disc 1, which is the blue, is dance. So this has all like your dance tunes and, you know, like stuff that was big. So you've got like you know, You've Got to Show Me Love, Fatboy Slim, Praise You, that Push Me, Touch Me Till I Can Get My Satisfaction, Put Your Hands Up for Detroit, Call on Me, Call Me, Call on Me. Zombie Nation. Then disc 2 is 80s, so you've got like 80s classics, so you've got like New Order with Blue Monkey, you've got Small Town Boy, loads of stuff on here. What else we got? Running Up That Hill, Close to the By the Art of Noise, loads of classic 80s tunes. Then disc 3, we've got Disco. So this is Ain't No Stopping Us Now. Somebody Else, Last Night a DJ Saved My Life. There's a Change of Heart, Keep on Jumping. There's loads of disco tunes. Then disc 3 is all your hip hop. So you've got like loads of hip hop. So you've got like Little John and the East Side Boys with Get Low. You've got Dizzy Rascal, Fix Up, Look Sharp. There's Black Moon. I got the Oppin'. There's the Jungle Brothers, Straight Out of the Jungle. Loads of like classic, like hip hop tracks and stuff. And then disc 5 is literally just a like a chilled disc. And again, you've got like Another Art of Noise, Moments of Love, and stuff like that. Just like classic stuff like that. You've got Put 'Em High. Probably like a chill out classic lounge mix and stuff like that. So I thought it was a bargain. And just to quickly show you, like, this is how nice they look when you take them out. So this is the 80s one, look, and you can see like how nice it is. And just in my opinion, like it looks like it looks like it should have been more, in my opinion. Like good condition, like cheap for how good the condition is. And I don't think it's that old either, the CD, because it's advertising also available electronic 80s CD, and I got that about a year, maybe 2 years ago, when it was brand new. I got it as a birthday present, and to be honest with you, like, I swear that wasn't that long ago. And then with the chilled, also available, these chilled albums as well. It shows you disco, also available. Disco. I think that disco one there. No, do I have that one? Yeah, I think I've got that one. I think I've got that Anthems one. I'm sure I do. Yeah, I do have that Anthems one there on the back. Yeah, so that's good as well. And then with the hip hop, there's that other hip hop album there, which is like recommended, recommended, when I can get it in right. So there we go. And then disco. Oh, have I looked at the dance one? Oh, I must have done. What was on the back of that? Oh yeah, that had the anthems. Yeah. Alright, yeah, that's good. And then finally with the disco, there's another disco album right there. So I thought that was a really good bargain for the price, and I was definitely chuffed with that. Alright, so next up, we've actually got 10 years of Creamfields. So if you guys don't know what Creamfields is, I'm pretty sure you guys should know, but if you don't know, if you're a little bit aware, it's a massive dance music festival that takes place just near Manchester about this time every year. As a matter of fact, it's going on right now. It started on Thursday, and there's a lineup of about probably 400 to 500 artists plus more in like dance music, house music, and sort of like hardcore and stuff. And there's like different artists spread across like each day, sort of like big people who's like making music now in dance music, classic people, Prayads, Tiesto, Axwell, loads of people, like big people in trance music like Mono De Jong. I'm not sure about Dave Pearce. I don't think he's there, but there is some like big people like Marco V, Maruo Picato. There's a massive lineup of different people. You get people like Martin Garrix there. You get Duo Lipa. She's there doing her singing, loads of different people. But when the festival turned 10 years old, so when they'd been running the festival for 10 years, they must have brought out like a Creamfields, the 10 years CD. So you get 3 discs and it's full of like dance music, hardcore music. Pretty much like each disc is a section of what Creamfields has to offer. And the booklet tells you a bit about Creamfields and, you know, where it began type thing, I think, and stuff like that. And yeah, dance music was huge. We knew that because we were part of it. So a little like passage about it, quite interesting to read. But a good CD. There's some absolutely killer tracks on it. Faithless, God is a DJ. One of my all-time favourite tracks, Born Slippy. Love that. There's Basement Jacks, Bingo Bango, Fatboy Slim, the Rockefeller Skank, Milo in My Arms, Express 2 with Lazy, Oakenfold, Not Over, loads of things. Marco V with Organic, there's Ahmed Van Bruin, DJ Saha feat Chris Jones with Going Wrong. There's loads of people. Crazy World, loads of great people on here. Absolutely pleased with it. Then disc 2 is a little bit of like hardcore, a little bit of trance. So you've got Sasha with Expender. You've got Chicane with Saltwater. That was a good track. We've got Maruo Piccato with Pulsar, so Piccato T-Mix. We've got Matt Darey with Beautiful. Love that song. I only remembered it and came across it not long since, actually. Yeah, there's loads of people on here. There's The Who, Meet Her at the Love Parade. There's Warrior. I think that's that trance tune, you know, Here Comes the Warrior. There's loads of people. Public Domain, Lisa Lashes with Unbelievable. That's sick. So really good ones here. There's Dizzy Rascal, Dance With Me. There's Eric Prayad's versus Pink Floyd with The Proper Education. There's Bob Sinclair, What I Want. There's Tom Novy, Your Body. There's Ahmed Van Helden, New York City Beats. There's Axwell, Feel the Vibe. David Guetta, Verse the Egg, Love Don't Let Me Down. There's loads on here. I could go on, you know, Axwell. Loads of different people on here with some amazing tracks. Anyway, they're the 2 most important ones out the way, so we'll go a bit quicker from here now. Clubland 12, love Clubland 12 with I Wanna Touch You. Got into that song, well, remembered it. I heard it on another CD that I had on my iPad, and it got me back into the song. And I just thought, well, you know, it's a Clubland CD that I don't have. It's gonna probably have other songs on here, you know, that I haven't like, you know, that I know that I'd like. You can see the disc looks very nice. So there we go, as you can see. Then we've got a Hardcore 2007, just a disc 2, unfortunately with a broken case. But sometimes you just get a broken case one. It's just the way it goes. But it's got Helter Skelter on it. I don't know what the track list is, unfortunately, unless it says in here. I doubt it though. Oh yes, it does. Oh yeah, there's some good ones on here. Yeah, UK Hard. All right, yeah. I think it'll be good, whatever it is anyway. I hold hope that it's going to be good. I think it will be. I can't see why it wouldn't be. But I need to change the case for it. Then we've got Massive Dance 98. I love, I've had loads of these lately. like Dance Hits 98, Dance Hits 93, stuff like that. Love collecting them. It's just like when the hits came out in them years, and yeah, there's good ones on here. Yeah, Todd Terry, Alternate with Free. There's a Freed from Desire. There's some good ones on here. You know, it's you know, the good sort of the good old days. Yeah, we got Real McCoy. Love that song, Another Night by Real McCoy. One of my favourite like 90s hits. I say one of. It really is a good tune, most definitely. So it's got like the radio edit. Yeah, the radio mix, club mix, house mix. The house mix might be quite good actually. Black belt mix and stuff. So it's good. It's definitely, you know, it was worth having if you know what I mean. I love the song, so you know you've got to have the album. We've got a Clubland Live disc. Yeah, Clubland Live, mixed by Flip and Phil. This has got some like good songs on it. We've got Rise Again, I'm in Heaven, Meet Her at the Love Parade again. There's even a Blackout Crew on here, so I like that one. Oh, it's also got Doesn't Matter. That's a good song. So yeah, there's some good ones there. There's some Scooter in that. Alex K. There's some good ones, you know. It was definitely like something worth having. Again, there's a little crack on the disc, on the case rather, as you can see just here. But I'll probably just get a better case because you can easily take the, you know, like the sleeve covers out and stuff. Then we've got Dance Album, the best dance album in the world. This has got some Ain't No Love, This Ain't No Love and Spinning Around, Don't Call Me Baby. Loads of like good classic tracks in here, up on 2 discs, as you can obviously see. 2 discs, massive club tracks. Love CDs like this where you just get the hits. There's some Craig David as well. Rewind. It's got loads. It's not exactly like old, like it's not massively old. Like there is some like newer songs on it. Like it's not like classic old, but it is like some good, you know, there is some good stuff on it, if you know what I mean, you know. So yeah, I'm quite pleased about that. As obviously we got Euphoria, mixed by Dave Pierce, disc 1 and disc 2, True Euphoria. Not sure what's on this. I know it's just like classic like Euphoria trance and stuff. Looking forward to you know, like progressive Euphoria and stuff. Yeah, quite pleased with, you know, getting these 2. I think I did have them at home. I slightly do, but I've got them here now in the good discs, working absolutely fine. It could even be disc 3 and disc 4 that I have at home, so if I've like re-got disc 1 and disc 2, I certainly am not going to complain. Robert Miles, unfortunately, you guys should know he passed away last year, I think, or the year before maybe. It was sometime recently, and he made a classic song called Children, and I'll always remember that song. It was such a big hit back in the day, like when he released that. Like he made trance music with that song. He made dance music, and he did, and that song will never get forgotten about. It's one of them dance tunes where it's still good now. It wasn't just good back in its time. Some dance tunes people liked them but forget about them. This tune is like one tune that, you know, that Robert Miles did that everyone will always remember. You should know this one, Mojo with Lady, Hear Me Tonight. It wasn't $3.99. That was what it would have originally been when someone bought it from a shop, but then they took it to the second-hand shop. So yeah, got the radio edit, got the different mixes of it, so that's quite good. You should know this from GTA on the Non-Stop Pop radio station. And then finally, last but not least, we've got Extreme Euphoria, mixed by Lisa Lashes, and this has got some good like tracks on it, if you know what I mean. There's also a Hard House Euphoria as well that you can actually get, one mixed by the Tidy Boys, another one mixed by Lisa Lashes, and there's some good like people on here. There's Perfect Phase, there's Lee Haslam, quite good ones, and then same on this one. There's Annie Savage. Annie Savage is a good, you know, good DJ. So yeah, there's some good like tracks on here. As a matter of fact, I can't wait to play them. Yeah. Buzzing. And that's all of them. Wherever I put the bag. Wasn't in the Tesco bag, was it? You know what, now you say it. Yeah, it might have come in the Tesco bag actually. Yeah, I guess it did. I don't remember it being in a Tesco's bag. I guess it did. I know these what we reviewed the other day. I know they came in this bag. But I don't remember though. To be honest, I didn't really look at the carrier bag when I got them. Well, this is an empty bag and it was near me, so what can I say? There we are, you see, anyway guys. Well, okay guys, well, little bit of an update then before I leave the stream. Well, actually, I'm going to go ahead and move you guys along. Oh, crap. Oh, I'm knackered. So, little holiday update. The bikes did a full practice today. We were meant to have one this afternoon, and a rain shower came heavy in places, so they said we're gonna have to cancel it. We got sat somewhere, lovely place, just in Kirkmichael. You could buy it. Well, you could like hire a chair for a couple of quid. Nice little comfy like plastic chair. It was comfy enough. There was a place where you could get tea, biscuits, soup, sandwiches, cake. They really put on a good like little food stall. And we got sat, you know, had a drink and that. Yeah, they announced, well, there was a delay, first of all, with the practice session this afternoon, because there was a funeral, and it was taking place at a church that would be on the course road, so the hearse and that needed to park there, so they already delayed it by an hour. From instead of 12:30, it would be 1:30. And then there was a rain shower that came over about 1:30. So they decided that they were going to delay the road closing for half an hour until 2, and hope that this rain shower would pass over. And the rain shower didn't pass over, so they cancelled the session about 1:45, going up for 2 o'clock. And then after then, the rain stopped and it came out absolutely beautiful. So they, you know, said we'll go ahead again at 6 for the nighttime practice. And thank goodness, the only time this week they've had a whole practice session. Yeah, first time since we come over to watch the practice. Now, luckily for us, we were having the extra days. If we would have been coming back tomorrow, which we usually would do, we would have been completely, absolutely fucking screwed. We would have hardly have seen anything. And when you think of like what you paid in boat fares, what you pay for your meals out, you know, like we would have hardly have seen anything. And it would have so like not made it worth it in a way. Like we've done good things, don't get me wrong, but we've spent a lot of time like sat in the van, like parked up waiting to hear like what the next move is, and it, you know, it's on, it's not on, it's on, it's not on, it's cancelled, it's delayed. So finally, luckily tonight they got a full session in, and when them classic bikes came through, like the Nortons and the Triumphs and the, you know, like the really old Gold Stars, and whew, they sounded absolutely brilliant. We watched at Sulby Bridge, a place where we tried to watch earlier in the week, and we just ended up seeing one lap. We hadn't had any tea, and we thought, oh, you know, you've got to pay to get to watch here. It's £3, but you can get a cup of tea. You can get a sandwich. You know, you can get, well, you can get a burger actually and stuff like that. You know, it's all right. You know, and it was getting a bit late to try and get our tea. We couldn't find anywhere to eat, so we decided to sit and watch here. And lo and behold, the person who runs the tea van had someone to pick up from the airport. Now, as you guys obviously know, the road's closed for the course, for the racing. So the only way he's getting to the airport is to go around the back roads. So he came to the van and he started like, you know, he put like his fuel and his oil in, ready like to get his cookers and that going when he came back. And then he had to go and pick someone up. But unfortunately, he didn't get back in time. So on the good side of things, we got to watch there for free without paying the £3 because he wasn't there. But on the second hand, we didn't get a drink or anything to eat, if you know what I mean, which was a little bit of a blow. And unfortunately, deep down in the heart of Texas, you know, it was a bit of a blow for that way. But then we did go to a chippy in Ramsey, which was absolutely beautiful. There's one thing I've got to say about the Isle of Man, and that is the food. You know, it sometimes can be hard to find somewhere where you want to eat, like somewhere, you know, that does like food that you like, or somewhere that has a good opening time, somewhere where you can sit inside. You see, the thing with me is like I'm not bothered about going to like a takeaway and just getting like, you know, like a burger and chips or having a pizza. But my nan's more the type of person who likes somewhere where they can sit down, look at a menu, have a cup of tea, you know, have a proper meal, like have a like a gammon or a steak pie or something like that. Do you know what I mean? She's not really one for just getting a little box of chips or having a kebab type thing. So it's a little bit, you know, like, whereas me, like, there's plenty of like little, in a way, like snack places where you can get like sort of like burgers and chips and stuff. But it doesn't suit them. They sort of, you know, unless it's a chippy. If it's a chippy, then they're not too bothered. But as far as like kebab places go, it's a little, you know, it's a bit not really their thing. Like there was an arcade place, which had a cafe next to it. It did do some other things. It did like sausage and chips and stuff, but it did a lot of pizzas. You know, you could have gone, you could have sat in, you could have had a cup of tea as well. But because it weren't really their type of food, my nan wasn't, you know, overly that keen. But we went to this chippy. I had sausage and chips. My nan just had a fish. Because prior to in the afternoon they had a couple of cups of soup from the place where we were meant to watch the afternoon practicing. So they were still quite full. But I hadn't been feeling too well, which I'll get onto in a moment. So I, in a way, didn't have much. Like I had a cup of tea. That was about it. So I hadn't really, I hadn't eaten, to be fair, apart from a couple of sandwiches before we came out. So I was a bit more ready for something. But my nan just had fish. She didn't feel like having the chips. Because, like I say, she was a bit, you know, still a bit full, starting to get a bit tired as well, from, you know, like, you know, from just being sort of waiting about quite a bit today, stuff like that. So, yeah. Um, so yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. But yeah, if you guys do not watch the stream, if you didn't watch the stream yesterday, I went to the pub with my nan and granddad, and well, I had a drink that I don't usually have at the pub. Now you guys know me. Yeah, I think I missed a few comments there. Yeah, I had a Strongbow, which I don't usually have, and it tasted nice. It tasted nice, but I felt a little bit weird after the first one. Um, like I wouldn't say drunk, but I don't know. Like I felt like it tasted nice, but I just felt strange after the first one. Um, I don't really know like how to explain it, but in a way, it wasn't drunk, but it was like I could tell that I'd had it. You know, like because I usually drink Foster's, which is quite a weak lager. Like you know, like I can have about I don't know what 4, 5, 6 of them pints before I start to feel it. You know, and that's with you know that's without any shots. You know, um, and I felt a bit weird after the first one, but my granddad was getting another round in, so I was like, yeah, you know what, I'll have another one. It tasted nice. Um, so I had another one, and that went down, and you know, I was feeling alright, but I was still feeling a bit weird, but no different to when I had, you know, from having the first one. And I decided to have another one. I thought, yeah, you know what, I'll have another one for the road. My nan was up for having another whiskey, so I got her a whiskey and me a drink, another Strongbow. My granddad didn't want another drink. He's very cautious, like he likes just getting out for a couple, but he never has more than two, unless there was last year he had two and he said that was it, and his friend didn't hear him and bought him another one in. And he obviously couldn't really say no when it had been bought, so he had it, which he felt a bit drunk because he doesn't usually, but usually two is his limit. And he knows, like, you know, if he's driving the next day or even if he's not driving, he doesn't like getting drunk. He just likes going and having a couple, you know, just a couple of pints of bitter, and you know that obviously does him. And as I was gonna say, he had you know a couple, but he didn't want a third one. So me and my nan had a third one, and you know I felt still a bit funny, but you know I want you know maybe a bit tipsy, but not drunk or anything like that. You know we came back home, got a bag of chips from the Marmaris place, ate them, and you know I went to sleep normal, like nothing had happened. And then I woke up this morning with a cracking headache, absolutely cracking headache. And the thing about this room like there's loads of windows in this room, so like literally either side of me there's a big window. So like to that way, so that way there's a big window and there's no like curtains on it. And then this way there's another window which luckily has a blind, but you've got like little windows at the side. And I had like the daylight coming in, and I had this cracking headache. A headache I haven't had a headache as bad as that in probably a couple of years. The headache, it was right here at this side of the head. Now usually, when I get a headache, I always get it where I split my head open. I split my head open when I was younger, and ever since then, when I've had a headache, I've always had it where I split my head open. But I split my head open at this side, but for some reason the headache was at this side, and it was absolutely pounding. Never had a headache as bad as that before in my entire life. In ages, I don't remember having a headache that bad. And the light was coming in, and whichever way I turned, it was like the headache was just overpowering me. Like I couldn't shut my, like if I shut my eyes, my head just ached. I couldn't get back to sleep. if I laid awake, my head just ached, and I couldn't get back to sleep. If I sat up, my head just hurt. And then I started to feel sick. I got pains in my stomach, and I was actually sick. And then I was sitting, and then I thought that was it. Came back and laid down. My head was pounding. Then I felt sick again, um, and on it went. So then eventually I went down to my nan and granddad's room, to where they're staying, because I thought, you know what, something's not right here. I'm gonna be seriously ill, so I need to I need to tell them, something, I'm seriously either getting a bug or something, or I've caught something, or there was something off with the drink, if you know what I mean. Because usually, I can have a good amount of pints before I'm drunk, and if I go out in town at home, I have 6 pints. I take 4, 5, maybe 6 Perilamas. Then I have these other shots what my mates get in, and I'll admit, sometimes the next day I do feel a bit rough, but I never feel like that. I never feel really ill, really sick. So I think that type of beer just doesn't agree with me, or there was something off with it. But I think it was more that it just didn't agree with me. I just, so I won't be having that type of beer again. And anyway, I went downstairs to my nan and granddad's room, and they've just got the one window. So if I turned and faced the other way in their bed, I could face a wall. My nan had got up and gone for a shower and stuff. So I just laid on the bed next to my granddad. Told him I didn't feel too good, and I got laid facing the wall, which there wasn't any light coming in. And I felt a bit better, and walking downstairs as well, I think made me feel a bit better, as well. So I did that, and then I laid up to the wall a bit, and I think I went back to sleep for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and I woke up, and I still had a headache, but it wasn't as bad as it was. And I had a cup of tea. I got laid a bit, laid a bit more. I think I maybe dozed a bit again. And then gradually, I had a couple of sandwiches that were left over, and then I gradually came all right. I mean, I still don't feel totally right now. I've still in a way got a slight bit of a headache, but it's not overpowering. I'm not feeling sick. I can eat. I'm not ill as such, but it's still just a slight bit of a headache there. But yeah, it was really weird. I've never had a headache like it before, in my entire life. I don't think, or not for a while anyway. I just woke up with it. I woke up first, and I think I did go back to sleep actually, and then I think I woke up again. But yeah, but other than that, it's been a good day. Like I say, looking around the shops, bought the CDs, and then like I say, we watched a full session of Bikes today. Got some videos of it, which was good. Got some videos that I was able to capture. No Wi-Fi there, so I couldn't go live. But yeah, I was quite pleased, with what I got. So when I get to Wi-Fi places, or back home, I will be uploading them. Definitely, will be uploading them. As obviously as it is a as they were pretty decent videos and stuff like that. So yeah, but next year, I'm not sure if I'm going to be coming or not. That's sort of in debated of the question. Now, my nan and granddad, they've been saying for the past 4 years, each time we come, that this is going to be the last time. My nan will always say to me about this time last year, we're not coming again. It's getting too hard. It's getting too expensive. Or my granddad's getting past driving, which I wouldn't say he's getting past driving, but he's not as good at driving, let's say, as he used to be. Like sometimes he, like he's hard of hearing, so like you're trying to like watch him out, or and you'll tell him like there's a car coming. If it's somewhere where he can't see, he won't hear you, so he'll start going anyway. And then you'll like shout and say, "Whoa, there's a car!" Then he'll get really et up because he thinks you haven't told him, but he hasn't heard you. And then he gets even more et up because he realised he hasn't heard you. But he's still an alright driver. But yeah, we always say like this time that, oh, this is, this is last time we're coming, for whatever reason. And then it always gets to about a couple of months before we're due to go, or sometimes a bit less. And it's in the talk, sometimes we talk about going and then we sort of say, I don't think we are, then it gets a bit closer. And then we end up always coming. So I can't tell you if we're going to be coming or not, but if my nan and granddad don't come, that doesn't stop me coming. Now, where I'm staying now, I can get here for quite a cheap price for the TT or for the Manx. Well, I'm not sure for the TT because I think she has people going. But if I wanted to come again, I could come like by myself and stop here. Now, if I get a boat at Hersham, Hersham, where I got the boat, there is a train. You can get a train which takes you to the docks. Or if I wanted the Liverpool boat, I could get a train to Liverpool and then walk to the docks or get a taxi to the docks. It would be cheap on the boat because I'd be going on as a foot passenger, and then like obviously when I'm over here, it's just a case of walking, or if I want to go like somewhere different, get a bus, get a taxi. But you can purchase a thing when you get over here, which gives you like unlimited travel, like all through your stay. So like you can get on a bus and go like anywhere. You can get like, you can get like sort of like buses to wherever you want. You just get on and show them a pass, and you pay so much for a pass, um, which is quite a good idea. So like, if I wanted to go out to the other towns, I could do. But what I was going to say is if I do decide to go on my own, because personally I like coming. If there is any of you guys, a friend of mine in real who might be watching this, or even someone sort of like who I'd speak to on the PSN, maybe someone like, I don't know, Steve, for example. I don't know if it's something that Steve would want to do, but if Steve wanted to say to come with me to watch the Festival of Motorcycling, if I was coming and bringing a friend, you would still get the cheap rates at the hotel, at this place to stay type thing. So all you'd have to do is initially buy your boat fare, and then you could like come round and you could watch the bikes, and then we could that type of thing. I initially mean it for anyone, like if you were getting a certain boat, I could arrange to get the same boat, then we could meet up on the boat, and then we could go on from the boat type thing. I'm pretty sure you get what I'm talking about. Pretty sure you get my gist, my crack. But if anyone did want to come and do the week with me, you just have to like chip in for your own boat fare, and obviously like what the woman charges here, which for us it was a tenner a night, so it would be a tenner a night for you, as well. You'd have to obviously pay your tenner a night, and then like say like if the person who came with me had a car, and like did driving about, I'd chip in for the fuel and stuff. Um, but just a little pre-warning, if you did, I would fill your car to the top over at the UK. So like if you're getting a boat at Hersham, go to the Asda Lancaster, the Asda at Lancaster, fill your car to the top, because fuel prices over here can be quite expensive, and make sure you bring plenty of money for food and stuff. But I do know like reasonable places to go and eat. But you know, if you were like hoping to have a proper 3 course meal, expect around the 80 quid mark. You know, like, well, I'd say about 50 onwards for 2 people by the time you've had like a starter, a main course, a dessert, a drink. It gets quite dear. And if you go out for a couple in the pub, you know, like, expect to sort of take 25 to 30 quid with you. Couple, you know, if you get a round in, you know, if you get like 3 beers in, you're going to be spending about 12 quid on, you know, on like, you know, 3 pints of beer. You know, and that's for one round. So then obviously you get another round in, that's 24 quid. Do you know what I mean? It soon, like, obviously adds up. But again, I do know like cheaper pubs where you can go to, Quids Inn and stuff. They do like cheaper beers and stuff. And, you know, it's just a case of what you want to do. But I enjoy coming. And, you know, I'd like to come with a friend because I'm not being funny to my nan and granddad or anything, but they are getting old in a way. They are getting a bit past it. You know, not trying to be mean or trying to be harsh, but my nan gets tired. She, you know, she whinges at a lot of things. She finds things a lot harder, and it aggravates her and stresses her out. And you know, like, it's sort of sitting about and waiting. Like this year, you know, you've got to come on the off chance. You know, the weather could be crap. And you know, the racing gets cancelled, or you could come and, you know, you could have good clear racing and good clear weather all the time. But you know, you got to take that risk if you come. You know, you can't alter the weather. But unfortunately, you know, that aggravates. And then, you know, like, my nan doesn't like just making do at takeaways. Whereas me, you know, if I find somewhere what just does a thing of chips to fill me up for now, that does me. I'm not the type of person who's fussed about going and sitting for a going and sitting and having a proper meal. You know, chippies, takeaways, snack bars. I do know a few good places where you can sit down, but I'm not like, you know, I'm not exactly what you would call that fussed about it. You know, it's just a case of getting something when you're hungry, that type of thing. Breakfast here, you can help yourself to breakfast. You know, you can use their bread to make toast. Well, if they don't get rid of the toaster, which that seems to have disappeared this year. But you can get you know, yourself bowls of cereal. You can come and make a drink whenever you like. There's a hot tub here, so like, you know, if you just want to go up to the local shop, right, get a couple of cheap tinnies, and then get in the hot tub, chill out, that sort of thing. Um, you know, do you know what I mean? Like, that's quite good. You know, all I'd say is just bring like a Bluetooth speaker or something. The hot tub doesn't have a speaker or anything built in, but there you are, and there you go. What can I say? That's the Isle of Man for you. But anyway, I'm gonna cut the stream here because I'm shattered. As I say, I woke up early, feeling crap, and I didn't like get properly back to sleep since waking up probably about 6 o'clock initially at first. And then we've done quite a lot today, like travelling, a bit of walking about. Feel a bit crap now, and I'm actually gonna let you into a little daft secret that I've actually gone and done. I actually left my pajama top on. I tell you what made me do this. I put a CD on while I was getting ready, and I think, well, I got like carried away with the music, and I put like, I got like sort of half dressed, so I put like, you know, my trousers and all that on, and then like a song come on one of my new CDs, what I didn't know, and I like went to read like what the track was, and I got looking at the track list, and we were getting ready to go out, and I thought, oh crap, you know, I've probably been up here quite a while. They'll be wondering where I am. So I come and shove this like little jacket on, put my shoes on, and I must have forgotten to change out of my t-shirt, like out of this into my normal like wearing t-shirt. So I only realised like not long ago that I was wearing this, but because I've had this zipped up all day, it hasn't really mattered. But yeah, this is a pajama top that I brought with me, and yeah, it's just I left it on. So yeah, guys, gonna cut the stream here. So please like, subscribe, and comment. We'll see you in the next one.